Hello from Caura. It's a wonderful day, drizzling, the air is cool. Usually when I come to Caura, just after Pool 2 where the road makes a Y, I usually go right to go by Farmer Harry. But today, I'm going left. I'm going to check a farmer and his wife. Their names are Mr. Quddus and Mrs. Vashti.
Okay, well, good morning, viewers. Well, you guys have observed today is a kind of rainy day. It's overcast, and we are venturing into the farming area, part of the farming area that is. What I'm going about to do is, well, that it's cool. What we had is some cabbage, and we had harvested. But before we had harvested the cabbage, we had planted tomatoes, intercrop. So most of my farming is like intercropping. Well, I'm rotating our garden because most of the type of farming I do consists of old-time type farming, which is like intercropping, companion type planting, you know, like plants that agree with each other. So I planted a few mango trees in order to control the whole atmosphere at the farm. Just like how your architect will design a house, so in my vision of farming is to make a design for the farm. So everything is done in a way that it complements every other project that I do. So this is Edo's. This is Edo's farm. The Edo's. If you capture my wife over there.
Oh, that's your wife over there?
Yeah.
All right, nice. Already working hard.
Yeah, already working. What we are doing now is
Mr. Quddus, how long you're living in Caura?
I'm living here over 40 years. Yeah, over 40 years. It was like when I came, if you could picture the jungle over there, like the jungle, it was like that, jungle.
And you cleared all this landscape here and started planting?
Yeah, but not at one time. Over the period of time, I kept cleaning, plant until I established almost 5-acre block. That is over there is where my bong reach. So I reach the bong. So I'm going to just have about less than a half acre to fill in jungle. So
you and your wife work the land here alone?
Yeah. But what we do in terms of harvesting, we will hire people to come and help us harvest. But in terms of planting, maintenance, we do it ourselves. Yeah, unless it's kind of rush on us, then we might hire people. But other than that, most of the time if we do have to hire people, is in harvesting, in the harvesting area.
And how that would work? You would usually hire people from within Caura?
From within Caura, yeah, within the area here. Yeah, and I have there's a guy who stays with me. We have kids, he has nowhere else to go, so he kind of help us whenever, you know what I mean, to help in the harvesting, but we do pay him, in terms of harvesting and things when we do harvest.
Have you always been a farmer before even you got to Caura?
At the age of 17, I left school, looked around, no formal employment besides working maybe in a fried chicken establishment or maybe in a store, and that was my style. So I decided at the age of 17 to be self-employed, and as you see, it's been a long journey, but it's been profitable. Yeah, it's been profitable in terms of having established myself, my house, have my own vehicle, you know, so, and I don't owe nobody, I don't owe no bank, and I'm producing as I go along.
And you've accomplished that on strength of being a full-time farmer?
Full-time farmer. One of the questions when sometimes the extension officer comes and they ask, well, how come some farmers do so well and others tend to be more lackadaisical? Well, my answer to that would be the hours we will come here. People will want to get up from the bed, you know what I mean? So we will reach here maybe 6:30. She already prepared breakfast for me. I will eat breakfast and she will come and compliment me here. And we will come out and we will do a little piece of work before the sun comes up. When the sun comes up, we will go back inside and prepare for the evening shift.
It's so refreshing to be here with Mr. Quddus and his wife Vashti. It's amazing the peace and tranquility I already feel, and I've only been here for about 10 minutes.
No, such it's not stressful. So what she's doing is putting all the grass between the peppers, so I could see it when I go to clean. I will be able to see them. Oh, this is pimentos.
Living this lifestyle for 40 plus years,
yeah.
Which aspect of it, what is bringing you the most joy?
Most joy is that I don't know boss over me to tell me when to work and when not to work. Not so much the money, it's more the best joy in it. It's not even the harvesting. It's to be able to, when this is clean out and we whack it out and we clean it nice and you see it growing, that is the best part of it. Seeing it growing. Yeah. Harvesting, yeah, nice money coming in, yeah. But to be able to see it, to grow a plant and see it come into the stage that we want to harvest it, that is one of the greatest joy.
When you hire people to harvest, what are some of the things that you like to bring forward as a boss in terms of being sure that they have a good time with you?
With me? Well, first my wife, she tends to make sure they eat. So they're very all full whenever they go out, or when after they harvest, they eat before and they eat when they come back. That's one thing she makes sure they do whenever anybody comes to do anything on the land, she makes sure to provide them with something to eat. Well, the reason why we tend to want to do what we want to do, because most of the time when I hire people to do like the basic maintenance, they're not really into it. Sometimes you have to go back and redo what they have done. So basically better we take the time and do it one time and done. Because most of the time harvesting is alright. And even in harvesting sometimes we have to go back and come back and see, well, we don't tell them, but we will go back and pick it out and clean up what we have to clean up, you know. So that is one of the things with hire people. They really doesn't really do the work. And at least for at this time, people only want the money. The thing is, I come to work for $300 and I give you $50 work. You know what I mean? They come to work for $300, but they will give you $50 work and they tell themselves, yeah, I work, you know. I want my money, and once you work, I pay you, but you won't get rehired. If you give me the work that I expect of you, then I will rehire you in the future. But I mean, we tend to, well, most people know more money than work. So that's why we prefer to come out and do this yourself, take your time and do it yourself, because tomorrow this, you see the amount of people, oh, so much of work, you know what I mean? But you don't do it all one time, you know what I mean? You're more or less, you pace yourself and what you do, you just keep pacing. My foot, I don't really have but my 2 feet is not really 100% because one of them was been amputated. But I don't allow that to keep me back, because you see, I'm moving about here. I don't know it to keep me back from doing what I have to do it. So I'm not 100% fit, but at the same time, I don't really keep me back.
This is your right foot here that you're talking about?
Yeah, with the back one. Yeah. You're not 100%. I can't really get wet or anything like that because of the amputation. I don't want to get wet.
Are there special shoes that you should have?
Yeah, I should, but
you have access to it?
No, not really. In Trinidad, things like that, it's a fortune. It's a titan and a tooth and a nail you have to put out to get, and then it makes no difference. It makes no difference.
By chance, do you know the name of the type of shoes that you should have?
No, not really. But most likely it will be prosthetic type of shoes, you know. But really, as I say, doing what I'm doing here, once I'm not overdoing it, yeah, well, how do you set up, it might give me a little hurt, you know, because the nerves exposed, you know, but other than that,
Is it possible for you to work with like garden boots? It wouldn't suit it?
It wouldn't suit, I wouldn't be able to put on a garden boots, no. But then most of the time, like, the land would be like this, you know, where I could come with a waka and just waka it out and move again. I do waka in, I do know one waka in and everything. Yeah. Most people don't look at it that way, you know what I mean? I come to you, they come to beat it out. But you don't need to always beat it out.
Pace yourself. A little bit every day goes a long
way. Yeah. You just need to pace yourself.
I read recently where the guy said a big problem is just a set of little problems.
Little problems put together. That's all. And it applies. This is when you ask about permaculture. This is the kind of idea behind permaculture. Things that you learn, like whatever you learn in school, in terms of mathematics, physics, chemistry, biology, you need to incorporate all this into farming. A farmer is one of the most educated person in this world because he has to know physics, he has to know biology, he has to know chemistry, he has to know any subject you could think about. I could tell you how it could apply to farming. So this is where a farmer is one of the most educated. People tend to take farming as illiterate and it's hard labor, but it's no, it's a business. It's a business, and this is what permaculture teaches you: how to design your farm to make it worker conducive for you and the plants. This is what permaculture teaches. What happened? How I came across permaculture is even before I went into farming. You know, long time we used to listen to BBC on the radio.
Yes.
And I heard the term permaculture, and it kind of stuck in my head. So when I came into farming in 1977, it was always in my head. And a couple of years after, I was working, I know, you know Dr. Shango?
Yes.
Right. Dr. Shango, he couldn't do the course. So he called me and told me, there's a course coming up. I don't know if you're interested. And I said, what's the course? He said, permaculture. I said, yeah. Dr. Bain was the person who came down and did the course in Freeport. The guy who has an establishment in Freeport, I can't remember his name right now, but he is where we went to do the course in permaculture. And with that idea of permaculture being practical now, because I only hear about it, so it became practical now. And then I decided to talk about designing a farm and complementing plants. As I was saying, some plants do well. For example, let me give you a simple example. If you plant cabbage and you plant chive, the chive will act as a repellent for pinworms. Those are what attack the cabbage heart and tend to give you a lot of trouble in terms of wanting to have to use chemical. So once you could complement chive within your farming area of the cabbage, it tends to keep away these pinworms.
Is this what you would have referred to earlier as the companion crop?
Companion cropping. No, as I say, I haven't invented it because it's been done by the Incas. The Incas in Peru years back, where they used to plant the sister crops, pigeon peas, legume, corn, body, and cucumbers. So what you have is the cucumbers are the covering of the ground, the corn, and then you have the body running on the corn. So they all complement each other. So this is where I say, I haven't invented this. This has been for years, in generations. So whenever I work, I tend to kind of implement some of those old practices into my farming. Yeah, because as I say, I haven't invented it, but it's been there just to tap into. All the information is there. So when we talk about integrated crop management is like, okay, all right, I get attack of an insect, batchak, let's say batchak. I won't spray the whole field for batchak. What I will do, I will go and buy some batchak bait, find where they pass in, drop the bait, they will take it into the hole, and the whole colony will get die out. So this is one of the safest way of having to save yourself, expense on your pocket with chemical.
Right.
You know what I mean?
yeah.
You see, and most of the time the guy who's selling chemical, he's not even going to explain that to you. He's not going to explain that to you. All he concerned with, oh, it's in the flowers in holding. Well, buy some fertilizer.
He like a doctor selling your medicine. And you'll do your own harvesting, and I know you'll sell on Caura Junction as well.
And we do, well, most of the selling is wholesale. So we go Mokoya Market wholesale, which is a whole topic by itself. It is very not farmer friendly, but we have no other choice but to use the system. The system of the way they operate the market, I hope they're hearing this, it's not farmer friendly in terms of the timing, the middleman who the supermarket and them will more want to prefer to buy from them than the farmers. I don't know the reasoning behind in Trinidad behind not wanting to deal directly with the farmers as a supermarket person. I don't understand the reasoning, but when I ask, they put over the question is that the middleman always here and the farmer's not always there, you know what I mean? So that is the reason why they prefer to deal with the middleman. But if you see a farmer come, bypass the middleman and deal with the farmer because he has the food. He mightn't have it 365 days a year because what the middleman do, he will, a farmer reach, give me that. Because he already could get the order. He knows somebody coming for that. So this is where the middlemen, and most of the time they are the ones who dictate the price of the produce in the market. Unless like me and my wife, we will decide, you see me, we're not leaving here till morning, so we're going to stand up for our price, and the people who comes in, well, after the middlemen and them before they good, we will have the opportunity to capitalize on those who come in now to get the same middleman price because they don't want to pay farmer's price. They rather pay middleman, which will be cheaper. If you deal with the farmer, it will be cheaper, but because the man want to make a $1, $2, because if we're selling, for example, if we're selling cabbage that which we had the other day for $5, they will bypass it and go to the middleman and buy for $7. Now, if I see the middleman selling for $7, I will prefer to sell and wait for me $7. You know what I mean? Eventually he go sell out. So what they do is that the middlemen and them, as I say, they have the best spots in the market. The farmers are the ones who enjoy the hardship of the elements. We are outside in the sun. We have no other choice. That is the system we're in. That is what we have to use. So we use it as best as we can to our benefit.
So for instance, if you were to go to a grocery in the vicinity, they may even tell you they rather deal with the
market, yeah.
Was like one thing that you would like to see in place with the farmers market that would benefit you and other farmers in the country?
Give the preferences in terms of a farmer having to reach in the market at a certain time, give him the opportunity to be able to get a good spot in the market to sell. You know what I mean? Instead of the middleman having to get the shed where they normally will have the big area to they are the ones who pack up. We can't get no pack. We have to be driving around looking for a pack. The van empty. Pack up in a spot where a farmer could be packed up. The van empty because they have no goods to start with. So they pack up their vehicle in the spot so the farmer don't have that spot. So this is one of the things I'm hoping if Mokoya, because what happened, when the market was designed, Dean Ryan, Mr. Harewood, Dr. Shango and them practically begged the government, which was in Baptiste at the time, to give us the opportunity to have a market in this area to complement the farmers, Lupino, Maracas, Caura, instead of going down in town and always getting robbed. Because whenever you go down in town, you might get robbed. So we plead with the government to give us a market, and they decided, Pandey was from a farming community as a prime minister, so he understood our plight and decided to build the market. So that is how Mokoya market came about in Mokoya. So sometimes when I go and I'm grieved at how it's happening, I had to explain that to them, the people who manage it. this market was not designed for middlemen, it was designed for the farmers. But because it's all about money and who plays the pipers call the tune. I'm an old school, so term that I will use, they have a system in the market. Who pay by the month goes in first, regardless of what time you reach. So all who pay in daily, because I'm not going every month, you know what I mean, I would be like skipping a month wait for my cup to come in.
So if you were to pay monthly, would it afford you certain privileges?
Yeah, like I could go in early. Yeah, but I won't be every day in the market to pay monthly.
You can give an idea how much that might cost, average? Monthly versus daily?
When I do ask, they say it's exorbitant. Because apparently they discourage other farmers to wanting to pay. They don't really give you a figure.
But it is exorbitant.
So we pay normally at $20 as a daily. If we go in daily, we will pay $20. So
and when you leave to go to the market, what time you all would leave home?
You didn't hear me coming on 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock, sometimes going on the road.
And you overnighting?
Overnighting, because they open market at 12, and not until we go in, and not until 2 o'clock they will open it for us to really get a spot. So by the time we pack up, the middlemen will go in first. They will go in because they are the monthly paid, and then we are the daily paid. We'll have to wait until they go in, and then they will let us go in after. That's why the market is not farmer friendly. It is all about who has the money to pay, because they are there every day, but other farmer won't be there every day. He has to wait for his cup to come. So take that into consideration and understand our plight as farmers, that we need access to this market, and in a way that it benefits the farmer, the consumer. Because if it benefits the farmer, if we get a good something to operate at, it will cost the consumer less, because I could sell my goods and have time to come back to take a rest, to do more production, to come back to produce more for you all. But if we are under pressure, it means that we stand up for our goods, and we have to stand up and practically barter with the middlemen in order to get a good price for our goods. But it's like that, so most people take it for granted. That's how it will be, and that's how it will stay. So we, as a farmer, as I say, for me, it's not all about the money. The money will make, I will make the money. But it's about being able to produce, because nice healthy plants, you know, to see my plants come up healthy and nice and make up food. That's my joy. That's my joy. Yeah, the money will come. I could buy a vehicle, I could buy my food, I could maintain myself, pay my bills. You know what I mean? Yeah, money is for that. But the whole idea of my farming, it keeps me active. It keeps me active. And I always educated myself in terms of going on the internet and finding out about things about, you know. So, as I say, farming is not only about just coming and doing this. It's a learning process every day of your life, every single day of your life. Now, it's after 8. Now, the sun will have been blazing us this time of the day. We're looking to come out. I have studied Hinduism. Even though I was a Muslim, I got the opportunity to sit down with a reputable, what we will call a yogi, somebody who is learned in the Ramayana and the Gita. And I was taught from in very early ages, even a Muslim, I accepted the knowledge. So when I came to understand that what Hinduism is and what people promote it to be is not the one and the same thing. Same thing as in Islam, where you have people promoting Taliban. Islam is not about Taliban. The same way they promote Hinduism as idolism. Idolism is not about idolism. It's about nature, the rain. In all religion, if you understand the real concept, because if the Pundit teach it, they will become broke. If the Baptist people teach it, they will no longer be in high esteem. The idea of religion is that we have to accept a creator, and the creator has elements that helps us as human beings to survive. These elements may entail the rain, the sun, the air we breathe. So we give thanks to those elements with whatever religion, whether Hinduism, Christianity, Orisha, Shango, with fire, you know, these are elements that we use to live. So it doesn't regardless of what you call the practice. It's all about giving thanks to our Creator for giving us these elements. So sometimes we tend to want to believe that people serve these elements, like the water. No, the whole idea is and we don't take time to give thanks to the elements. We take it for granted because always breathe. You know? We take it for granted the rain will always fall. We take it for granted the sun will rise every morning to the east and not to the west. You know, we take it for granted that all these things happen and not say, well, God, thank you for the rain. And so when I as I say, when my wife sits down with the pundit and I will question him, so why do you use bamboo and why do you use this and why do he will answer me in a truthful way. So this is why I would sit down with him. Because whenever she has prayers, I will sit down and any question he will answer me truthfully. So and then with my little knowledge I will be able to analyze what he's telling me, whether it makes sense or if it's true or not. So when I ask him a question, he explains to me, I'll say, well, yeah. Because there's questions I could ask that he wouldn't even answer. Can't even answer. Right. You know what I mean? Things like, what are the gunas? You know, do you know what is the gunas in Hinduism? Some of the pundits don't even know what is the gunas, but they are pundits, you know what I mean? So these are questions that, as I say, having to be able to sit down and study it in the younger age, I was able to accept my wife as a Hinduism without having to, you know, some people will say, well, I'm a Muslim, you have to be a Muslim too. No, I didn't need to do that.
Well, here's something. You're a Muslim, your wife is a Hindu. I know people, there's a particular couple I'm thinking about, where the husband is Muslim and the wife is Catholic. And they went along fine for years. And then recently, you would start hearing a lot of contradictions coming from the wife as a Catholic towards, in fact, you start seeing books that condemn Islam.
You're not educated enough to understand that these same books which teaches you about Muhammad was a warmonger and he spread Islam by war. If you really read and understand the Quran and understand the true essence of Islam, it's not about war. It's about accepting our Creator and submitting to our Creator who created us.
As a Muslim man with a Hindu wife, how do you maintain that peace and respect despite the differences?
Yeah.
You're what, sorry?
We are proud to be Hindu and
Muslim together. We are proud to do it. To be able to have that harmony between our both religions. We are proud to be able to have that harmony. This is why
one God.
My wife, when she's Hindu, she will say Allahu Akbar. You know, Allah is the greatest. Knowing fully well that she believes that Krishna is a supreme being. You know what I mean? I understand what Krishna's role in our life. I understand what is. Because, you see, in this life, we don't really understand the basic concept of our religions. So that's why we tend to demonize other people's religion. This is the reason why. So if you understood that in Hinduism, they say, okay, all of this is no attachment. Nothing here belongs to us. Everything here. Same thing in Christianity. Everything here is vanity. It's the same thing. When Hinduism say, no attachment to nothing in this life, nothing here belongs to you, nothing, this is not yours, that is not yours, everything will fade away and go. The same thing, Christianity will say everything. So this is why it should never have no misconception between two religions with two people. Because if they understood each other's role in their religion, it may be just the practices may be different. You know, because it may be historical, it may be cultural, but the basic understanding of the religion will always remain the same. We serve in one God.